Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Florida Gators, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Gators will kick it off to get us underway. He'll return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. Breaking into the top 15 is one step closer to the college football playoff. You've made it this far. The dream is within reach. Question becomes, will they take the next step, Jesse?
You got to keep winning. Now when we're talking about this team, you're hearing college football playoff in the same...
Oh, he's got some space.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yards.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. And the Seminoles headed quickly to the line. Ran through the contact. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down really easily.
And the Noles have this offense rolling. Let's go. The inside handoff. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Back to pass, it's Horton. Here's a heat. Had to get rid of it quickly. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood. Reese, you get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season, and these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Slips through the line. Ripping through the defense. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. First down, operating in the red zone and doing it in a den of noise. The give on the inside. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. To the air, it's Hale. He's got it on the run. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal. Fighting for the end zone, and he dropped it. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And ball security is starting to become a little bit of an issue. Quarterback, in his last game he had a fumble, and he has another one right here. He has got to do a better job of keeping two hands on the ball.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
First and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. He's got him. Turning it on. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
And the Gators have a chance to make that turnover pay off as they come to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got his man, makes the grab.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can defend it.
The Gators can really attack on this second and short. This time they'll go to the running game. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? On first down from the 13-yard line. Off the RPO, complete. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They run the reverse. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And they'll try to tack on 2. Back to pass, it's Hale. Quick completion on the out route. He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and the lead grows to 8. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Out of the end zone. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the air on first down. Back open in the middle. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
Back to pass on second down. Got his man in the middle. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
Nice job by the quarterback and receiver working the curl route. Receiver got his depth, and he fought back to the football, helping make that completion a whole lot easier.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. From the gun, the running back has it.
And you want to run the football, right? That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to throw, it's Horton. A strike downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Seminoles want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Out of the gun to give to the back. There he goes. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Under fire. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the right. It falls incomplete, and will change ends of the field to get things started back up. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Unleashes one. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Looking to throw, it's Hale. Gonna take a shot. He's got it down the left side. Running free. Touchdown, Gator. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Texas Tech is showing little remorse for its opponent today. Feels like ever since they arrived at the stadium, that Red Raiders offense has been a buzzsaw. They're up 14 over Kansas State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Ben?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Zings it complete to the right. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24. The Noles come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to fire on second down. Unloads to the right. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
This offense has it with really good field position. They'll run it from the gun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
And historically, this game really has meant a lot. You go back to the 90s, this was basically a de facto national championship game before the championship game. Remember, they played twice back in 1996, the year Danny Wuerffel won the Heisman Trophy. So this game always means a lot.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback. Stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
Deep shot for the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Moves away as he feels pressure. Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Yeah, he doesn't need anything to be open. He just makes it happen himself. Hey, I'm going to call a pass. Yeah, I want to throw the ball down the field. Oh, it's not open. Okay, I'm just going to pull it down, make it happen, take it to the house. What a scramble by the quarterback.
Bringing it out. Discards him with the stiff arm. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Got his man downfield. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Quarterback may change this route. To the air. It's Horton. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Bring in the heat. Takes a hit as he fires. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. This time he's got his man. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage and got it out to the 41 with a first down. And the Seminoles will hustle to the line.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far, and you've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
They just keep firing. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, going to the air. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And the Noles with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Horton. Here comes the heat. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night.
Well, the defense is feeling it now, right? 2 picks in 2 straight drives. Their guys have been all over the field making plays when the ball's in the air. D coordinator's got to love that.
Opening play of the drive from the 39. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, the hit on the quarterback is why that was incomplete, but that QB is lucky that was not picked up. That is the cardinal sin, throwing back across your body. This quarterback needs to be more careful moving forward.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Trying to beat the D deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket. Looking down the left side. He's got it! Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Seminoles in the hurry-up. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. To throw, it's Horton. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
You just feel like the sense of urgency is going up for this offense. Now, they haven't had that many possessions so far in the game, and because they've got no points now, it feels like the quarterback's starting to press. He's trying to make it happen on his own, taking a shot down the field. Another incompletion for this offense. They can't get anything going.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Shoots it to the left. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. Almost a disaster on that return, but they jump on it and they'll maintain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them, so a nice job being able to pounce back on that, and the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Makes the catch. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down. The Gators are in the hurry-up. Back to throw, it's Hale. Oh, they're after him.
Get the quarterback off the spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all 3 of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They're bringing the chop, they're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
The Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Looking down the middle. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
To the air, it's Hale. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass that took everything away and forced the incompletion.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Seminoles will kick it away to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They have the lead to start the 3rd quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Farmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Grabbed behind the line. It's Brooks. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. So you come out of the locker room for the second half, and right away, you throw a pick.
Bad news, too, because you go into the locker room, you sort of regroup, and you start thinking about how you're going to attack this defense, what adjustments you're going to make. You feel like you got a good plan running out of the locker room, and then to throw a pick right away, man, that is a gut punch.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Now on 2nd down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's Horton. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
This is a situation here. Third quarter, this offense did not want to be in facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got his man quickly. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Wants to throw again. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. Bounced off his feet.
Man, those hurt for a defense because you got them in 3rd and long, right where you want them. You're thinking pass, pass, pass. They sneak the run in there. Now they got a 4th and short situation. First thing, I'm always watching the football. Now getting ready for the run game, the short passing game, the play action game.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Touchdown, Florida State. And here they come, almost all the way back. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in the showdown between Georgia and Georgia Tech. Here's how it went down. Georgia looked dominant on the way to victory today. That offense had zero problem putting up points, and the defense almost resembled the days of Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Nakobe Dean.
Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this, baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. Looking to throw, it's Horton. Pressure coming. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Nice grab to get that squib kick inside the 10. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return.
Oof, that's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball back.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. From his end zone, trying to loosen up this D. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Second down, they'll go to the air. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound. The war chant on 3rd down at the Dome. Looking downfield, it's Hale. Fires to the big fella. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
Dumps it off in the flats. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Maurice, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. They go to the draw. Got room to work. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And the Gators pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Looking to buy time. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. The 7.
In that second down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. You saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
Now on 3rd and goal, and that earlier sack left them with more ground to cover. Working that left side now. They found a way to get in the rug, but he has stopped short, and it'll be 4th down.
After that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, and make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
The offense will go for it here on 4th and goal. They want to run this quarterback. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Gators! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point 4th quarter lead.
Yeah, and I love calling the QB's number. I don't care if he gets hit down near the goal line, 4th and goal. I need him to make a play. Nice job being decisive, getting downhill, getting in the end zone.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. Fires to the right. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory.
And it's his fourth interception of the game. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Got enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And the Gators have chomped down, and they've put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really flying around.
Guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
If you could give a helmet sticker to this defensive coaching staff, they would get one because of the plan they've had for this guy at wide receiver. He is one of the best in the entire country with his speed and his athleticism, but they have had a plan for him. Whether it's man coverage, zone, they've been able to double him, they've been able to change up the looks, and they have not been able to get him involved in the game, and that's why they're going to win this one.
Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. He wants to change this route. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
The Seminoles moving quickly to the line. Scanning the field, it's Horton. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, past the marker. Touchdown, no! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They have it once again in spectacular field position, cashed in the last time and even better this time around. Across the 25. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Gators! He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Noles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
It's complete to the left. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Lets it fly. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They were on the move the last time they had it. Unfortunately, an interception ruined that threat. Now to see if they can put something together and have it pay off in points.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Florida! And the stomping has commenced. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, you could make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Texas Tech is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Lubbock for a long time.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking to pass, it's Horton. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense is...
And he throws another interception. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab down the middle.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Flying down the right side. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there's some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
Rush is on him. Got his man on the right. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for two fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they're able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
Fires into the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Horton. A deep throw as the clock winds down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. To the air on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum.
He'll take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on third down. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions.
And, man, I love guys with situational awareness in football. It's 3rd and long. You know it. He's sitting right near the sticks, ready to break on the football, ready for the quarterback to throw. He does, forces the INT. Nice heads-up, smart play by that young man.
They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They're dealing with a second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He unleashes a long one. Pulls it in down the sideline. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10.
Hey, camper! Camper! Snare!
Dropping back, it's Hale. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Second down, he'll throw it. Here's the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from old Florida from stealing the headlines in this one. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.